Welcome to the Wrestlecast. This is episode number 10, June 28th, 2022. I'm Rocky, joined by Wesley and Rodney. We're your podcast hosts. We're going to be sitting here talking about the Forbidden Door. I think we're probably just going to address that this week. Unless anybody else has anything to say about anything else.
All WWE gave us this week was the last night they had the Cena 20-year anniversary. I don't know if y'all watched the promos or anything from that.
That was a massive waste of time.
Yeah, he just came out and told everybody he loves them and everything's about them and blah, 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 Cena stuff.
Absolute zeet. Absolutely zeet.
Right. And then
pretty much. I mean, it didn't lead to anything. No hint that he's wrestling anytime soon. No feud.
He just said he will, and it'll be more than one match.
Was Theory in or around him at all?
He was for about 30 seconds to a minute in a little backstage segment.
Nice.
And that was about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Building up stars.
The highlight of Raw this week was basically Jericho and Daniel Bryan. They let them cut a little thank you Cena video. And,
yes, you can actually call him Daniel Bryan at this point.
Yeah,
because that's exactly how they popped it up on the screen.
I thought that was a good move on Tony's part. All the petty stuff that Vince can do and everything.
Yeah.
They when the video popped up on screen, you could hear the crowd went crazy.
Oh, I was shocked. I wasn't expecting it. I saw.
Yeah.
Evidently, Big Show was on there too.
Yeah, Big Show. Big Show was on there.
I missed him, and then I remember seeing Danielson and then Jericho after that. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
it's a little shocking.
Yeah, I thought that was a high road move by Tony. So I like that they did that.
Well, I mean, the guy's not afraid to,
it's all promotion for him.
Open the forbidden door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is. I think it's good for business on both sides.
Yeah, it was a commercial.
More so it's more advantageous for him, but
it was a commercial that he didn't have to pay for on his opponent's network.
Yeah.
While 3 million people watched.
Yep.
True.
So he knew it was the Cena event. Everybody's tuning in because Cena. So yeah, Rocky's right.
It's weird though. It's odd. Like I'm trying to.
Paul
think
White's
of
a draw, man.
Why those three in particular? But evidently the wanted them and they got them.
Jericho had in his books he talks about Cena a lot. Him and Cena apparently they roomed together a lot on the road when they did European tours and stuff.
Okay, that explains that. So, that makes sense.
Yeah, he had a really funny story of going drinking with Cena, passing out, not remembering. He never went to the room. He got carried to the room, put in bed, woke up, and Cena was still sitting in the corner drinking a drink and going through Jericho's iPod.
Nice.
So not only did he outdrink him, he put him to bed and then was there when he woke up playing with his iPod.
Nice.
So yeah, Cena and Jericho go way back.
Okay. That little context makes a little bit more sense.
Right.
But it was pretty good. I mean, it was, it was what it was. The rest of the show wasn't much of anything. You got more clarity on Money in the Bank stuff, ultimately throwing Liv and Riddle into it.
Right.
Which you could have just done from the very fucking beginning.
Yeah, which they're just gonna lose anyway, or get the Money in the Bank and then cash it in wrong.
Right. This year will be the year of failure.
You're gonna have Liv try and turn in the Money in the Bank and get interrupted by Asuka.
Yeah.
Ruin her chance, and then we're gonna get a year of Asuka and then Becky's going to be
You
sad
get
about it. Just going to cycle continues.
Asuka Becky, Asuka Becky feud for the next 6 months after. Yeah,
Right.
we'll be fine. But
So
yeah, I mean,
bad.
other than that, I don't remember much of the rest of Raw.
No, same. I really just watched
then-
the Cena segments and the commemorative clips.
And then we found out the sad news that their biggest champion is off the show for a little bit due to a car crash.
Oh,
Yes.
Dana Brooke.
Yes. Rest in peace, Dana Brooke.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't showcase that belt for a couple weeks.
I mean, that is the most prestigious belt, so it's a star that they're losing.
Their ratings are going to suffer.
It's going to be bad.
AEW finally has a chance.
Finally, I have to pull out the bunny again since she outdrew Roman.
They might have to bring back Trish Stratus.
Oh, she's injured too.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. The injury bug.
Hey,
don't injury
you know
bug, man.
They're all injured.
Damn.
It's both companies right now have a lot of injury issues.
It's a damn shame.
But the problem with WWE is you've made everyone a joke instead of everybody getting a chance at AEW. Everybody gets a chance to be on TV, gets to be recorded. Whereas over at WWE, you've only shown 6 people of each sex on each show.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
So when half of each of those rosters, so now it's a joke. It's just hard to watch. They've made everybody such a waste. So
keep wondering, are they going to do a Cody counter? Like once they get to a certain point of his
how many
healing?
minutes until Cody? If they do it in minutes, I'm down.
5 months, 20 days, 3 hours, 40 seconds.
Like 456,000 minutes until Cody. Whatever the hell it is. I don't know math, so
who knows?
Every now and then they pop it up in seconds.
Nice. That's fun. Sounds like fun. Sounds like entertainment.
Sounds like it's a content.
Entertainment.
Yeah, sounds like we need to move on to AEW and the big pay-per-view of the week.
Yeah, so the Forbidden Door was opened and closed, and turns out that Jay White stands on top of it all. The pay-per-view would not have happened if not for Jay White. And
he's the catalyst.
The catalyst of professional wrestling. Absolutely.
It was definitely fun listening to him during the media scrum.
Oh man.
It's like, man, that dude is
that.
Totally in fucking character.
So, after this, I sent there's like a 6 or 7 minute clip of him at the media scrum. Oh, dude, it was kayfabe the entire time, and it was just good. There's some good shit. It really was.
Yeah, I caught most of it as it happened, but his was good.
I missed them. I saw a couple like WrestleZone stories or whatever on Facebook, with like little clips attached to them, like 10 seconds. But yeah, I forgot to go back and look at all those. I heard they had some good ones.
Yeah, he sat down, and before he even sat down, he was like, he was just bitching. Is like, can not to Tony, but because he was nice to Tony and was accommodating of Tony, but then was flipping out because somebody didn't grab the belt and put the belt on the rack like it should be displayed because
they didn't put it on there for him.
He's the champ. And then I don't know, he was taking questions, and like I said, he was fucking kayfabe the entire time, and it's just he's the catalyst of professional wrestling. He repeated once again the number of titles and all of the titles that he's held since he started wrestling.
It's like he's like yelling at or not yelling, but talking back to the guy asking the questions. He's like, "How old am I? How many championships have I had? You tell me." I'm like, damn, dude, it's gonna be okay.
All right, it's good.
He's a really good heel.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, dude, he's fantastic. I'm so glad that he's been able to be kind of showcased outside of Japan.
And
Right, making the rounds.
I mean, one of the things that stand out, like, I mean, we can jump around, whatever, but just talking about that, just before that even match started, the way that the crowd was popping for them, and then Okada hypes him up, and Jay White starts hyping him up, and everybody starts walking around the ring, checking everybody up, and then first thing, bloop, rolls out, and it's like, all right, just,
Yep, it's like, classic.
just, it's like, oh man, he's so good.
Mm.
All right. Well, at the start of the night, we had the 6-man tag team match, and throughout the night, we had Kevin Kelly at the desk,
who I found is very, very obviously very incredibly knowledgeable about obviously what's going on in Japan because he does the commentary for him, but also enough to be keeping track of what's been going on the AEW side of things. But man, he's a little rough to listen to. Like, he's not super charismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neither was
but
their.
I enjoyed all his insight.
Neither was their announcer. They would announce something, whatever. Let's just say, yeah, he's the Red Dragon, and then they'd say
Red
his
Dragon.
name, and then they go to him, and the guy would come in, his hair's all nice, he's in his suit and everything, and he would just dum 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 dum.
Yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
okay, and they would come up like, he's the Wizard, Chris Jericho, and they'd say this whole like, announcement, and the guy would just like come up and say the guy's name. Hold on.
Yeah.
it's like okay.
Who was it?
Okay.
Jordan Moxley.
Like, I didn't know if he was.
Yeah, that's just kind of. I don't know.
He,
It's just kind of the way that Japan is. It's.
I didn't know if he was
weird.
up there just going, "I don't want to be here." Like,
I don't know, man.
So it just but at the same time, it's the way they do things. I guess
it's just the way
they're
do
a little bit more subdued.
Their fans,
very much so.
Their fans pop for different things, like at different times. Like when the guys go to rest, then they'll pop. Like when they're all beat up and down, instead of like while
they'll
the move is
try
happening.
to hype them up a little bit, or they'll clap right after. But
right,
you don't get a whole lot of cheering, which evidently a lot of the guys over there, I think Will Ospreay in particular is one of them.
I think they
are trying really hard to try to get him to like be a little bit more like the American crowds.
Get them hyped. Yeah, I was gonna say I think they're starting to move that way, but I also think that they don't oversell like their referees and their announcers as much as like say in the U.S. does. Like with shit's about to go down, like
right.
All of a sudden it's like the spot is him. It's like his WrestleMania moment or whatever. I think it might be that too. Like they're supposed to be professional and like this is the fighter and it's serious.
Well, I just had a thought too. Is like so the matches that I watched, the only match that I know of as far as referees go, I feel like I was like, damn, is there only the one referee? Because I noticed I don't know if all referees wear red shoes, but the one referee that I know that seems like he's in every match that I've seen wears red shoes, and they call him by red shoes.
They call him red shoes, yeah.
That dude doesn't take no shit. He's not like
referees got a gimmick.
Yeah, I mean, that dude doesn't play around.
Well, actually, I think they pointed. I think Kevin Kelly pointed it out in this match because I think he said Umino's dad was a ref.
Yes,
and he wore red. He was a red shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's just part of the uniform. I don't know.
I think it was Jay White. I think like in one of his matches, like beat up, I guess, Red Shoes' son. like as when he was a young lion. So like I guess that's
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
uh, uh,
That's
5 to
where
10 years from
there's
now.
long-term
Yeah,
storytelling going.
exactly. I
Yeah.
was about to say 5 to 10 years from now, Shooter Umino is going to be cutting a promo talking about how shitty Jay White was for beating him up that one time. Yeah, but
And again, like putting the show in Chicago was a good idea because those fans totally knew what was up. Like they knew, like
and the entire night they were fucking
Shuda and Jericho got a blood feud going on.
yeah. And apparently that's
But
something that got over big when Moxley did the G1 back in 2019, I think it was. He took in Shooter as a young lion, and that's a whole thing that's been people been wanting Shooter to show up on the show, and then he does. I mean, in the match he comes across like he's a star. So I mean,
oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he was
like,
really good.
yeah,
you could tell that he would be positioned at some point a little further down the line to be, high up on the card in New Japan.
Bring him over, swap him out
But
with Takeshita. They keep making him lose anyway.
yeah. I mean,
true.
yeah,
That dude loses everything. And it's just sad because he doesn't have he reminds me of like AEW's version of Ezekiel. Like he
I don't
comes
know
in
that I
that
get that
basic
reference.
old style. He comes in just like the little like pink trunks and like the little elbow like bands, and just like he's very like classic style, but like and like plain looking. But
okay,
and they just keep making him lose. He doesn't do like any of the flips and the gymnastics and stuff. He wrestles like a very classic style, like Ezekiel does over there. He's got like the short black hair. He's just
there to take the pin.
They just keep making him lose. Since the first day I saw him. I'm like, he's so good. Like I think he looks great.
The DDT talent gets them AEW dark wins.
Yeah.
Right. It's got it. I'm just
It's politics.
Amazed by that. Yeah, there's got to be something going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, this first match, the 6-man tag team, we got Minoru Suzuki and the Jericho Appreciation Society, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara against Eddie Kingston, Shooter, and Wheeler Yuta. God, man, this match. Hey, you got your Minoru Suzuki and Eddie Kingston slapping each other in the middle of the ring.
I got my slap fest.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
Eddie sold the shit out of
awesome.
Him. Jesus. They were so loud.
Dude, that old man needed a spot like that. He looks like he's falling apart.
Oh, yeah.
It was just funny, though. Like, I've never seen a wrestler in modern times that just literally will no-sell everything. Like, everything. Doesn't matter what it is.
You could tell.
I was watching him, like, brawl outside, and he was just like, nah, dude, not taking it.
That's what I was wondering what was going on, because I'm not too familiar with him. I've seen him, but now I can tell. I guess that's like his whole thing is like that. He's not big, but like he'll just eat every single freaking thing you fucking put on him.
I've heard him referred to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
the murder grandpa. So
he is the murder grandpa. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know much about him. I haven't seen his body of work, but obviously, I mean, he's obviously older, and I assume he's just kind of earned that spot to just be like, dude, I'm just gonna fucking eat everything.
And they didn't hit him with any crazy spots. They didn't clothesline him super hard. They didn't suplex him a bunch or anything. They were slapping with him. They tripped him a couple times.
I did like that the machine gun chops in the corner.
Yeah.
that Kingston was giving him, and he just like he's like that. He's like, oh, like kind of none of this is phasing him.
I love the way that whole slap
And
segment.
he does it a second time. He's like, oh shit! Now he's just like walking into them.
Yeah, now he's just pissing him off.
Then he ate the shit out of that forearm. He
They-
sold out really good.
They did a great job with that slap segment because Eddie was selling the shit out of him too when he got slapped.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He got slapped and he was like, oh, like he just fucking died. And all that dude did was like high five him. It's like you've seen Eddie give way bigger chops, and like you could see him like trying not to kill him because he was like towering over the man.
But no, dude, the freaking crowd was like all into this.
Yeah.
I was watching and I'm going, whoa, if this is what it's gonna be like the rest of the night, like this is gonna be a fun fucking pay-per-view.
Yeah, they were loud.
They had a couple of points where they slowed up a little bit, but they had like a little lull in the middle, probably around the women's match, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's because it was the women's match.
It was just a lackluster women's match, is really what it was. It was people everybody wanted, but it was, but they
the
popped
rest of the match
for
was
good.
good.
A lot of people I didn't expect that I barely know. They went crazy for him. They knew their chants and everything.
I'll tell you what, they made Shooter Umino look like $1 million in this match.
Yeah. Jericho made him look like $1 million too.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
because I think it was at the beginning.
Put him in the wall.
Like the beginning of the match, and like he was dominant on Jericho for a while.
Yeah,
and I feel like
he put him in the.
Go ahead.
No, it was just that the spot where he put Jericho in the walls, like that fucking pop was like out of this world. I was like, dang, look at this little dude go.
Well,
with his rock star hair,
you know,
when they started kicking him over and over again.
Yeah,
like
while
he had him in the walls, they were super kicking him in the head like several times until
he wouldn't let go.
Until Suzuki came up and like grabbed him and gave him the killer headbutt.
Yeah.
No, that was fun.
I
don't remember anything specific about Yuta or what he did, but yeah, like.
And I don't remember anything about freaking
Sammy.
I'm glad you brought up Yuta because I don't remember anything of Yuta except they made him look good. I think in the very beginning. He was kind of cleaning house, but I don't remember a single fucking thing Guevara did. And I don't know if he just wasn't featured or if I just fucking tuned him out because I just really don't want to look at him.
They hit him with some hard stuff.
I'm sure he was there to take some nasty shit.
I think
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what it is. Everybody kind of wants to see him get it, hit back.
Get his fucking ass, his head kicked in.
So I think that may have had something to do with it. But yeah, there wasn't a whole lot. Yuta didn't get used a whole lot either. But, they may have been in there to help the other guys, just to sell stuff. Because it was
mostly about. I think it was mostly about Umino.
Yuta and Sammy are great at selling shit.
Yeah.
So I think it was more. You have big, slow, older guys in the ring. Let's get some guys who will fucking make it look real.
Yep.
Or make these old men actually look strong again.
But yeah, overall it was good. And I figured the finish would be what it was. You knew that given the stakes of the match with whoever won was going to have man advantage, you knew JAS was going to win because that's a heel thing. You can't give the faces the advantage going into a big match. So,
and how are you supposed to hold up?
And this is going to be building the blood and guts.
Well, right, exactly. Like that was the whole deal. Is they get man advantage for blood and guts. So Umino eats the Judas effect and ends up getting pinned at the end. But again, for an opening match on a pay-per-view, fucking fantastic.
Right. And
4 out of 5 stars.
Nice.
Yeah, and it really set the
star
tone
ratings
for the whole
now.
show.
Look at us. Wesley star ratings.
Oh, great. That's going to be a thing now. We're going to start doing that. Cut out to a little.
You know what? This is going to be a little
video that comes out with the stars across the screen.
I'm gonna do it. Don't you
Give
tempt
him
me.
ideas.
Oh man. But yeah, this set the
So,
tone for the whole show because we got a lot of matches that were either tag teams or multi-man matches, and
Oh yeah.
there was a lot
and
going on, and a lot of names that are new to me.
yeah, but not a whole lot of the matches felt, samey. You know,
Yeah,
they all kind of found a way to be pretty individual.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So moving right along, we got the winner take all 3-way tag team match for either the ROH or the New Japan tag titles. So you had FTR, Roppongi Vice, and the United Empire,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Great O'Connor and Jeff
yeah,
Cobb.
Jeff Cobb.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
and Repugnant
who
Vice.
I can get down with, not knowing much about United Empire. I can get down with Jeff Cobb. Not a big fan of Great
Oh
O'Con.
yeah.
Nah, wasn't too happy with his work.
Boy,
But
Cobb can move.
Yeah.
dude, Cobb is fucking impressive.
I
Like
I need to see Cobb versus Wardlow.
very impressive.
So this was and we first saw Cobb. Jericho called him in for something, didn't he? For one of his feuds, or was it MJF?
No, I think it was
Yeah.
Jericho
Called him in as like a
for
mercenary.
one of the labors of Jericho.
Was it for the code? Was it against? I don't know. Yeah, but I remember he calling him in.
Nah, I can't remember.
That was
It was either him or MJF. They're the only ones that kept calling people from outside
yeah.
promotions, but I'm pretty sure it was Jericho.
But man,
Makes sense.
I don't know. I didn't expect FTR to come away with this one.
I did. I couldn't see Roppongi Vice doing it, and I couldn't see
I don't know anything about the United Empire, but this was like their first defense, and I didn't expect them to lose their first defense. That's the only. I mean, really, that's I guess the only thought that I had.
Well,
I would have thought that they would have won, and considering that the ball's kind of rolling on a little bit on the ROH, reboot. I think they both have history with ROH. Talking about Jeff Cobb and Great O'Con, or just Jeff Cobb. But so I could have seen that. I could have seen that scenario where they would have won the ROH titles. But I can just see what they're just trying to put every title on FTR that they can, which is fine because it's very well deserved.
Yeah, I figured Roppongi Vice, either one of them were going to be they were in the match for one of them to take the pin.
Yeah, they were there to take the pin.
Yeah.
But Dax Harwood and entered straight on into this the summer of injury. Unfortunately,
his shoulder looked like it was sticking out a little bit. He might have actually popped it out of place.
He did. He's got a dislocated shoulder.
Right.
I didn't think he'd be back, but dude, he came back and basically worked a full blown match.
And he came back. He came back. They didn't pan the camera right away, and you just fucking hear the crowd just going nuts. And they put the camera on it.
I was like, "Oh, he's on his way back."
Storming down the ring, looking. I was like, "God, oh, here he goes! Like he's gone. That's it."
Being held by fucking duct tape and bubble gum.
Yeah. So did you realize that the tape was pink and black?
Of course it was. Yes. Of course it was. That's your masturbatory Bret Hart moment.
I was trying to think I was like, what? Oh, okay.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah,
he just had some pink and black tape in his bag.
Yeah, just fucking throw that on there. That's gonna heal everything.
You see, I was convinced. I was like, I'm pretty sure he got hurt right there, and then he came back, and then he started suplexing fucking Jeff Cobb. He started suplexing a 260, 70, 80-pound man, and just. I was like, no, okay, it was a work. But
and what's crazy is what's crazy is out of the two, like he is definitely like if they ever wanted to break them up for whatever reason, or if they ever decided they wanted to go singles, like Dax is a star.
Yeah.
Like he's a guy that you could see holding a fucking world championship at some point.
Man,
But evidently they don't want that, so which is good news.
both of them have been wrestling
Going back
so
to the
much. They're getting
going
beat
back
up.
to the media scrum after the show when they did an interview with the two of them, and they had asked them like, hey, like, do you think you'd ever have like a singles run? And they were like, not really. Like, no.
There's no interest.
Maybe at some point we considered it. No interest whatsoever.
Yeah.
Dax was like, yeah, you know, I have really no interest in doing it, but if, you know, God forbid for whatever reason, you know, Cash gets hurt and he's out for a while, he's like, I still got to feed my family and kids.
Man, still working.
So yeah, I mean, I would take the opportunity, but he's like, I'm not interested at this point. We just want to cement our tag team legacy. We're on the back end of our career, and I'm looking at him. I'm going, they're not that old. Like,
No,
what do you mean you're on the back end of your career?
They're what are they? Early
Man's
40s?
working.
Yeah.
And
What are they? Early
But,
40s?
every promo every week is, you know,
Something like that. I guess
I
they
gotta
could be.
feed
Yeah.
my family.
Maybe they're older than I think they
I
are.
gotta do some kind of shit.
That's right.
And, hey, I relate to that.
How are they going to show out for the? How are they going to show out for the revival of wrestling? The revival of tag team wrestling if they don't wrestle.
It's true.
It's gonna be like if not FTR,
I'm just
then
hoping
it's
that
the
they
Young Bucks and on fucking everything.
Yeah, well,
No thanks.
speaking of, I hope they immediately get thrown into a tag title program and they take those belts while they still have all the other belts. I want them out there carrying 80 pounds of fucking gold every week.
I'm with it. Do
Yeah.
that, and then let them go give the receipt back to New Japan. Let them fly to New Japan and lose to Cobb and Homeboy there,
Yeah.
and then come back and still carry 2 titles.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to carry them
But
all at the same time.
But I want
like,
them,
that's what I want.
Now I want them to have all 3 also.
Yeah. Well, shit, man. It's
4
4
because they got the AAA
belts too.
Do they really?
Yeah.
The AAA. Yeah, they got the AAA belts, the New Japan belts now, and then the ROH belts. All they're missing is the AEW.
Is that
ones.
the ones they won at? Was it Triple Mania? Didn't they win?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Yes. Did they win them at Triple Mania, or they won them
I
on
thought they-
AEW programming?
I want to say they went
No,
somewhere.
I think they won them in
remember.
Mexico.
Yeah, they went somewhere and won. And
I think they won them.
remember
They must
being
have won
like,
them in Mexico.
I remember
then.
being like, "What the hell?" Like the whole world's about to start giving them belts.
Apparently.
Literally.
They need to go get the.
Literally.
They need to go get the WWE UK tag team belts.
Just get them all.
Just show up on NXT.
Unretire the ECW tag team championships. I want those
Right.
belts now too.
All right.
Give them all. But anyway, so yeah, Dash came back. Match was fantastic. FTR gets the pin on Rocky and Romero with the big rig,
Fucking Rocky,
which is a fantastic finisher, by the way. I love that
Yeah,
thing.
it's like he just snuck
Yeah.
in.
I love that
and
finish.
then-
It's a great tag finisher.
Ugh.
They had a Rocky does a running kick off the side of the ring at one point, and I
That's
think he
my favorite
kicked,
move, too.
Khan. He ran and like
Which one?
kneed Khan in the face, running off the side of the mat, and he yelled something. It sounded like he said "Trasty," but it might have been "Trashy." But he screamed "Fuck you, Trashy" or whatever it was. And like there was no commentary going on. There was no sounds going on. Nobody was grunting or anything. It was just dead silence. And it was like, "Fuck you, Trash." It was like and then he kicked him in the face. And I was like, wow.
It's fine. That's the New Japan side of this pay-per-view where, you know, the
they just
F-bomb is
fucking fly off the
that's
handle.
very liberally used.
I thought about that too. I was like, I wonder if they're doing that. If some of them are just they've fought with these guys overseas before, and it's just like them go for it. Just do it like you do over there.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that was great. It was pretty funny. Oh, fucking Cobb does a standing moonsault. Jesus Christ.
Yes, he does. And it was fucking smooth as butter too.
Man that big doing shit like that.
That man, he should not be able to. I call bullshit.
No, he shouldn't.
They do crazy things with CGI. I saw a dinosaur flying a
I
helicopter.
saw a dinosaur fly a helicopter.
Nice.
Man.
KO reference in there.
Yeah, he got to. He's the greatest.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
So then I think between this and the next match, they had a little backstage promo section with Shivani and I think Juice Robinson and
Rock hard.
somebody.
Rock hard Juice Robinson.
Yeah, rock hard Juice Robinson talking about how he did not ever lose his IWGP US Championship, and this is basically this match between Cassidy and Ospreay is just a number one contenders match. Like, dude, get out of here.
Is he Japanese?
Bullshit. Who, Juice?
Yeah.
No, Juice is probably about as white as they come.
Okay, I couldn't tell, dude. But he had the glasses, and I was like, is he supposed to be like a Japanese redneck? Like,
yes, that would be a good way to put it.
I was trying to figure out what was going on. I'm not familiar with him. I've heard the name, but I'm just not familiar.
But yeah, so he refuses to. I had to hear that all night. How he refuses to relinquish the belt.
And apparently he was out.
Like sitting in the press box, like somebody can just go up there and be like, "Dude, hey, that doesn't belong to you anymore. Give that back."
I think he was supposed to be out with some infection, but then just popped up.
Appendicitis.
Yeah, that's it. But then just popped up like a couple days later.
Was hanging out,
refusing to give up the belt.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I was wondering what was going on with that.
Yeah, that's the story behind that.
That's what
Will
I thought.
Ospreay's the U.S. champ, but he doesn't have a physical belt.
Okay, that's what I was making sure.
Which was really confusing because when he first came out, he had the Rev Pro. He was wearing the Rev Pro belt, and I'm going, thought he had another belt, and then I found out then you find out the backstory, and you go, okay.
I thought that's what I
sense.
picked up on, and that's what I told my in-laws while we were watching it, and I was just making sure I was right. I was like, "Yep, that's okay. That's what's going on." Now I definitely know, but I was like, "Yeah, that's what it looked like was going on." It's like he's got your stolen property. He's sitting right there. Call cops. There's a cop right there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, he's right there. Get security. Like,
that's not
just pry it out of his fucking hands. I don't know. Do something.
That's not how. That's not how it's done in the wrestling.
Call the authority and have him escorted to a medical facility near you.
Just look at.
Oh, you know what? They don't care. AEW currently has no security team. That's right.
Nah, fucking Wardlow destroyed them all. The plaintiffs lost the case, so therefore they no longer have. I don't know.
But yeah, it's just best not to try to figure that out.
You look what Sammy and Frankie did to America Top Team's home base. They vandalized their building and stole UFC belts, and the cops never even stopped them on the way in.
It's weird how that happens. The cops are never effective.
Never.
It's like they don't even take pro wrestling seriously.
No. It's just like this weird like bubble universe where logic and physics and all kinds of crazy rules just don't apply.
We need to just make wrestling how we figure out everything. Like put bills on the floor. Democrats send your.
That's just how all of life's problems need to be solved in the ring.
See, that's what anime has figured out for fucking years. Is that everything is like, this is the gimmick to the anime, and this is just how we solve all problems.
All life's problems need to be solved in the ring.
You stole my shit? Well, let's solve that. I'm gonna throw my animal at you. Take this. Let's fight animals. Let's do it.
That's why I like GM Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle always made him settle it in the ring. Dude, anyways. I gotta go back to the last match real quick.
Yeah.
Did you see Cash got thrown into the ropes by Romero? and Romero bounced off and came to give him the hard clothesline to flip him over the ropes. And I guess Cash wasn't high enough when he bounced off the ropes. And Rocky came in with a huge clothesline and just smashed his chest up against the top ropes. Just like fucking annihilated him. And he was like trying to throw himself over the rope, but he didn't have the leverage. Dude, Rocky was just like pounding him.
Get over there.
And then he ended up just dropping.
Get the fuck over that.
He ended up just dropping, and they like kind of kicked him out of the ring. But Jesus, he almost. I'm surprised his chest is going to be hurting because he nailed the shit out of him.
Dude, those two guys,
they give themselves up.
They get beat up so much
for their damn job. It's insane,
and they've been wrestling so much in the past like 3 months, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh man, they're going to get all 3 belts, and then we're not going to see them for like 3 months. Like I see a vacation.
Don't say that.
As
Shit.
soon as Punk and MJF and everybody else they're back on the screen, I have a feeling they're going on vacation.
I mean, they could.
They're going to go sit on a beach for a month or 2.
You wouldn't want to see it, but they've definitely earned it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what it's come down to is they're putting in so much work. I mean, you're going to have to reward them.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But
so
yeah.
Well, after that match, we have the inaugural All Atlantic Championship match, which was the one match that I definitely got the winner wrong because I wouldn't have figured.
You said Pac, didn't
you? I would have thought. I mean, I wanted Pac.
I'm pretty sure. We got you recorded saying that this has got to be Pac.
No, I wanted Pac, but I was pretty certain it was going to be Miro. But
I think
either
that's,
way,
I think that's what I was thinking, and then was kind of just like, but Pac. But Pac,
yeah,
because
I mean,
like fucking, he's been stuck in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, I know we came. I think, yeah, you're right. I think we just came to the consensus that it was going to end up being Pac.
Because I was thinking Miro too, and y'all came. One of y'all at least came up and said Pac has got to win this or whatever, and I was like, no, Miro. But then I thought about it, and I think we all kind of talked it out and agreed.
Miro's got the TNT.
He's
got the TNT championship on his sights at some point,
and you know, there's other things they're going to put him through that they're going to push him towards. And I think we all kind of agreed that they're probably going to end up cheating him out of winning it and then giving it to Pac. So, yeah, which they ended up doing.
It was exactly what happened.
So
it's Pac, Miro,
Malachi Black.
What the fuck is his name? Malachi Black and
Clark Connors.
Clark Connors.
Weird cowboy guy. Yeah.
Clark Connors. He did all right. They didn't show him a lot. They gave him a little rally towards the end.
Which I mean,
well, I could see them not showcasing him a lot, considering he was a last minute addition thanks to the summer of injury.
He fucking came in out of nowhere. Like I think it was the camera was focused on Miro, and they were like towards the left corner of the ring, and he just came out of nowhere and drop kicked Miro into a table. I think it's like Jesus Christ.
He speared him.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah. He speared him just out of nowhere through the camera. Bam! He's in the table. And then
that was a spot I wrote a bit about. It was crazy.
And I feel like after that, he kind of went on a little bit of a tear, and the crowd got on his side, and like they didn't know who he was at the beginning of the match, but by the end of the match, they did.
They sure as hell knew who he is now.
Right. Hey, that table spot. Okay, this is the championship of a tournament that's supposed to be a blanket rules tournament. This wasn't supposed to be like a no rules match, was it?
Anytime you have anytime it's like a triple threat or a fatal 4-way, you bet there's.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I didn't think that they were. There's just like it's just free for all, pretty much.
There are unwritten rules.
I thought this was close to being the best match on the whole show myself. I was enjoying the hell out of it. All 4 guys were going all out. They're all athletic.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a lot of botches. I couldn't find really any. They were all on point with their flips out of the ring and anything else they were doing.
And once again, they fucking made Miro out to be a freaking killer.
Miro looked great. I didn't
dude
think
looked
they needed
like a fucking $1,000,000.
I didn't think they needed that table.
No, they didn't.
They pulled.
I agree.
They pulled the table out when Malachi Black set it up on the side rail. He set it up on top of a fucking kid. There was a 7-year-old.
And the commentary, I think, came up and said,
they were like, "Get out of the way,
somebody
kid!
Move
Get
that
out of the
kid
way!"
Out the way.
And like this dude's grandpa or whatever is like having to scoot the kid out. Oh no! Like you didn't need that spot. But,
well, here's my thing: if you weren't gonna do the Black Mist spot, then I think the table was necessary because that would have been the only way to keep Miro out.
Right.
But if you were going to do the Black Mist spot at the end of the match anyway, then no, the table wasn't necessary.
Right. And he
did
the Black Mist
one way or the other.
He did the Black Mist right in front of the referee. Referee.
Yeah, but I mean, what's wrong with that? That was
no rules.
Well, plus,
but they didn't really announce it as a no rules.
Even with like a regular rules singles versus singles match, it's a singles match. If it's on you, while you're in the ring, that's why Cody would never get in trouble for his belt because he'd always wear it to the ring. That's why Bianca never gets in trouble for her hair because she carries it with her to the ring. And
it's like real hair.
Well. I mean, that's fine. It could be her real hair. She whips the shit out of people with it. So, I mean, hey,
she just breathes.
Only in desperate times and during extreme feuds.
I mean, it's stomach bile. What are you gonna do?
Okay, now that Rocky's put it that way, I guess I'll accept it.
Hey, look at Julia. Look at Julia Hart.
I still can't accept it.
Hey, what are you doing?
I can't accept it.
As long as Moxley starts
if you're going to go by that logic, then when you have a regular one-on-one match, and the ref's back is turned and he doesn't see it, and you got a guy on the ground with black shit on his face, and his opponent is like drooling black shit, don't give me a confused look. Going, what the fuck just happened?
All right.
It's pretty fucking obvious, dude.
I didn't see it, therefore
that is grounds for disqualification. No? Then how did Eddie get away with all those fake chair shots, throwing the chair at the opponent and getting caught red-handed even though they didn't actually do anything?
Look. That's too much logic. Right here, right now. Okay,
tone it back a bit.
We need to show a clip of that right
there. Anyway, we've totally forgot about.
Yeah, this
totally got away from this match.
Yeah, this I like Pac doing the Black Arrow on top of fucking Malachi Black. While he's trying to submit Connors, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was some good shit.
Yeah, it's a good move.
God, yeah.
Everything. Slapped on the brutalizer.
Everything.
Which I love the name.
Pac does looks good. Looks real.
And Bleacher Report, the Bleacher Report fucking closed captions said brutalize her. Like.
Yes, it did. Closed captioning did say brutalize her.
Nope, that's not. No.
So Pac picks up the win, becomes your inaugural All Atlantic champion. Which is good for him. He finally won the big one.
Yeah, I mean, now when he can't get to the States to fucking be on a show, he can go defend the belt elsewhere. And do some stuff like that.
NXT UK or whatever.
NXT UK. I'm sure those belts, even though the show is still airing, I'm sure those belts are in the same place that the women's tag team belts are.
Inside the Disney vault, never to be released again.
strapped up behind fucking Vince's T-Rex head.
I'll watch.
That's what I imagine now. That's what I imagine now. I imagine like this imaginary vault that these belts are hidden in, and like every 10 years they come out for their anniversary.
Catch this one before it goes
you put
back
'em
into
out,
the vault.
Exactly.
Remember John Cena's spinning rim. Here you go. It spins.
and bring back the Divas belt.
Yeah, it'll be due pretty soon, I think.
Put this little bit
I wouldn't
belt
mind-
around her waist, and she will love it. Before it goes
I
back
wouldn't
in the
mind
vault.
seeing. I wouldn't mind seeing Pac defend against like Osprey somewhere.
Oh, that'd be a good match.
Saw someone joked saying that they're gonna do one for the women's, and it's gonna be the All Pacific title.
The All Pacific title. I could see that.
This fucking naming of that belt. It's so weird.
I don't know what I want to eat title.
Yeah. So my notes don't have any program or like segments or anything in between that. So if anything comes up, just let me know.
I don't think they have any.
They didn't really
I
have
think they
any.
went straight
This
to
isn't
the-
WWE, bro.
Well, then we have the 6-man tag match with the dudes with attitudes versus
we
Bullet
get action
Club.
in AEW.
Yeah, Sting, Darby Allin, and was it Shingo Takagi?
The dudes with attitude.
And the Young Bucks and El Fantasmo, which is a fucking goofy ass name.
And
But the dude's got the most devastating back rake in the business, all right?
I don't know, man. I've seen some pretty gnarly nipple twisters, and that was fucked up. I felt those. I was like,
Well, you know who didn't feel him?
no,
Sting.
no, it's because he's got the tightest tits in the game. I mean, you know.
I've never heard so much commentary about fucking titty twisters. And what was the other? Yam bags?
Fucking Taz, man.
Fucking
Taz is he's a gem. He really is. He's great.
Oh, man.
But yeah, this match, it starts with Darby and Shingo coming out. And then as the Bullet Club are entering, the lights go dark and I was
Sting's
like,
in the
are they
fucking
going to
rafters.
fucking WWE this and have fucking Sting come down from the rafters? I really thought they were going to do it for a second.
Dude, I wanted them to. I thought they were too.
And then the lights go back out, and then he jumps from off the fucking ramp way, whatever.
Dude fucking made it from the rafters to the fucking top of the entranceway in record fucking time.
And I was like, oh shit! Already he's starting off with a dive off a fucking diving high spot.
And all I keep thinking is, he's 63 years old. He's 63 years old. He's 63 years old. Everyone, please do your job.
I'm scared
and catch
to get
him.
on a 12-foot ladder, man. It's to hell with jumping off of these high
Shit.
places like he does.
Yeah, you're right.
Man, yeah, I was sitting
yeah.
there watching it with my in-laws, and my father-in-law was all into it. And I'm gonna admit I don't even know to disclose his actual age, but he's not far off from Sting. And to him watching Sting do this crap, he was just like
Getting ideas.
he was just like, whoa, like he can still do it. He's been doing it for
And you got freaking
40 years.
Then you got Darby Allin, and you have the brawl on the entranceway, and you got Darby beating the shit out of Hikuleo with his
skateboard. They got one shot of him. He cocked back like he was gonna destroy him, and then he got right to his back and was like, "Boop." I was like, I want to go back. I think I need to clip that for the TikTok and add the little boop, just like a little sound, like when he slow hits him with the skateboard.
See, that
so bad.
And they make it back
that just
in the
makes
ring.
me think of that at that time when I think it was against Jericho, when he just came out the ramp and then was skating down the ring and then just ran into Jericho while he was on the board and just started beating the shit out of him. Ah, man.
Yeah.
God. But yeah, just
Darby's so cool.
Matt and Nick.
He's so fucking cool.
He's pretty dope. But Matt and Nick Jackson back with Bullet Club for the night, doing their thing. Fucking the back rakes.
Doing their the back rakes, man. They got a holy shit chant and everything.
It's fucking serious stuff. And Shingo Takagi, what did y'all think about him?
Just
yeah,
Shingo. I honestly don't remember a whole lot. Of what he did.
Yeah, I mean, I think
he's all right. Any match you get with Darby, it's hard to keep up with everybody else because Darby's all over the fucking place.
Yeah,
like the dude wrestles.
He hit a
100 miles an hour.
Pretty gnarly looking Death Valley driver. But that's about all I remember.
Yeah, and he had this other I forget what they called it. The Death Valley driver you're talking about, was that the finisher that he hit? Which also looked pretty dope. But yeah, he had this suplex that he did.
That was pretty fucking gnarly.
Suplexed him up, then as soon as his feet touched the ground, he did a twist, and it was like, holy shit, that looked pretty cool.
Yeah. That was something I'd never seen before.
Yeah, I was like, that looked cool as hell. But I mean, he comes across as like a, fucking tough guy. You slap the shit out of him, he's just gonna sit there and stare at you like, what the fuck are you doing? Like that, like a Minoru Suzuki type thing. Yeah, it's just like brush it off. But yeah, but I don't know, he moves pretty quick. He actually defeated Ospreay for the title, the big title, the one that Jay White now has.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So that was so I think.
All right, so pretty big name.
Yeah, he was somebody that came up, I think, through Dragon Gate. I think in Japan, he was a big star for them, and has been doing his run in New Japan.
Japan.
Fan favorite, like people in New Japan love him.
Definitely got that impression.
But yeah, that was a fun match.
Yeah, so then we get a little further on down the line, and we get to said no sell purple nurple.
Both of
again.
More
I felt that both times, because there are times Jennifer will just hit me up, and it's the worst thing. I don't have sensitive nipples, but it sucks. But I don't know. I felt that. And then when Sting no sold it, I was like, oh my god, he's my hero. Still, all these years, he's still my hero.
I'm lucky.
Dude,
I don't need to deal with that.
Man.
I don't need to deal with that unless I give it first, and then I'm getting my receipt.
Then you get the receipt,
and then I act like it's like the end of the world, dude. And then I'm like, oh, I don't know why I even did that to her.
Oh yeah. If I go for a receipt, I'll end up on the floor with like a Ronda Rousey armbar or some shit. Just it ain't happening.
All of a sudden, Jen's a pride fighter.
Yeah,
like it just clicks, like Born Identity.
Right.
Just nope. And yep, here I am on the floor.
I did like getting back to it. Sting did get his receipt. So he twisted him and took him to Dick Kick City.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Oh yes, yeah.
And
he forgot
he
the
fucking
spot.
no sold.
Did you notice that he forgot the spot?
Did.
Nick was like,
he did. You
need to go back in the ring.
And he goes, hey. Yeah, you can hear him. Yeah. You can hear him yelling at Phantasmo like, hey, to get his attention. Yeah, he totally.
I was like, I don't care that he forgot. This shit was fun. I don't care.
Dude, he no sold the freaking Super Kick party.
My father-in-law pointed that out.
Like,
He thought he was waving him off like, I need to catch a breather. And I was like, no, I gotta go back and rewatch
the fucking spot.
And I didn't get to rewatch that part. And I wanted to see kind of what was going on, and that's what it looked like. It looked like he waved at him and was like, "No, you're supposed to get ready for that spot in there."
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really awkward, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I see what happened."
Yeah, that's what I thought
he
happened.
totally forgot what he forgot what he was supposed to do. He
Right.
forgot he was supposed to give the receipt.
Yeah, because like I think right before the camera pans off of El Phantasmo, he's like turns, he's like waiting for something, but then Sting just walks by,
Yeah,
walks
Right.
out of the
he
ring.
just like turns. Yeah, he just.
It's just like casual, just taking his time, like fucking crawls out the ring and then is about to go to Nick Jackson. Nick Jackson's like points, and it's like, you need to go back in the ring.
It was like he turned and walked away and like going out of the ring at like, and you could kind of see the wheels turning. Like, I feel like I'm forgetting to do something.
Right.
Did I turn the oven off?
But then I was like, I don't give a shit. This is pretty fun. And yeah, he got the receipt and like, yeah, whatever. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Good fun.
So we even got an old school Shivani in this. Shivani comes out to do a commentary, and after Sting shows up to dive off the entryway, he goes, "It's Sting!"
He's like, "I'm done.
Okay, my job's done for the night, guys. I'm gonna head out."
It's like,
look, at least they're in on the joke. Like,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, and he came in like, I don't know if it was this match. Was this the first match that Tony came in on? Because at some point he started talking about how he was in backstage rubbing JR's leg.
I was waiting for that.
Which later on, when JR came out to commentate,
I think during the Orange match,
they called back.
They go, well, Tony was in the back rubbing my leg. I'm like, what the fuck y'all doing back there?
He leans over and goes, thanks Tony for that leg massage in the back. Middle of the match, out of the blue. Like, it's like,
hey, good callbacks. It's long-term storytelling.
Yeah. That whole time I was wondering if it was real. I was like, I wasn't watching the match. I was thinking of Shivani rubbing his legs in the back. Like, way to bury the match. Like, I don't even know what happened anymore. You see him massaging him with some of JR's barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Hitting him right below the yam bag.
Man.
Jesus.
We're off the rails.
Yeah. Anyway, Shingo hits who was it? El Phantasmo?
El Phantasmo.
Yeah, with the last of the dragon. And win the match.
Ends the win.
It's the 3.
And then you get a backstage segment with the Wizard.
Oh, yes. Yes. And fucking Matt Menard. And with respect.
Fucking Matt Menard.
And Kuhan.
We respect you.
Dude, Menard looks like him and Tony have the same dealer. Like, every time Tony's like, yeah, you see? We're sports entertainers.
15 straight weeks.
Yeah. Christ. I love Menard. He's grown on me. I don't care about him in the ring or anything. Just, I want to see that.
So, they talk
face.
up Shooter, and then he gets a fireball to the face.
Because he's a wizard.
End segment. Because he's a wizard. That's it. You got it. It's obligatory. You got to get the wizard line in there.
God, he's so good at delivering it. Like, I mean, Jericho might legit be the best. I mean, he's just Jesus
he's the
Christ.
GOAT.
He's just.
I'm convinced.
Like he
is the GOAT.
Again, I still
I'm
think
not
about
as into him.
This fucking gimmick originated from that OMG shit. Or what was he doing? That fucking, I don't know. I was like, this is so fucking lame.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. But I was like, Jesus Christ. He's like, I'm a wizard.
Well, he had that interview.
It's like,
Well, he had that interview where he was like, I can only make it work like this. Like, it'd be stupid if I came out in a wizard hat and a walking stick. And I'm going, dude, no. Like, you can make it work. I need this in my life. I need full-blown Gandalf regalia. Like, I need the whole thing. It'll work.
You just made the magic staff.
I believe in you. Oh man.
Well, and after this match, we got the AEW Women's World Title match: Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, underwhelming.
Very disappointed in this one. Very.
Thunder Rosa's,
And I don't know if it was just because like it was
too.
It was just bad off from the start. Like as soon as they were being announced to the ring, like the fucking crowd like sat on their hands.
Yeah,
Right.
Like they were dead.
I blame it on Tony not coming out with a collar on. I don't.
And it was.
I don't like this stretch.
I did like
Tony
Storm,
Storm, right? Not Tony Khan.
Her shit was
talking about Tony Storm here, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I don't want to make any assumptions.
I did like
Rodney. Oh, it doesn't matter. I want Tony Khan and a
now I have the idea.
I'm gonna book this match for you, Rodney. I'm gonna book this match, Daddy.
And yeah, I like Thunder Rosa's ring gear, but that was about as much as I could say good about the match. It was solid. It wasn't long, and it wasn't super exciting. I don't think Tony Storm came out looking any better. She kind of got a bit dominated.
They hit the shit out of each other a few times.
Now they did do that.
It was a bit rough for a while.
My thought was, I guess at least she wasn't sandbagged.
Right.
True. I guess that means Thunder actually likes her.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't have a choice when Tony Storm hit her with that hip thrust from across the ring.
Dude, that was intense.
Threw her ass back. Threw her ass back.
It still looks bad
in face.
Yeah.
It still looks bad, but I still feel like she kind of took a little easy on her. Like they didn't look anything like the one she gave.
Britt Baker.
Jesus,
Britt Baker.
Yeah,
dude.
Britt Baker's soul like popped out of her body like in Doctor Strange.
Tony Storm had teeth embedded in her ass. After that one.
And the face Thunder Rosa gave after was really good too. So she definitely did no sell like she did for who was it, Deeb? Or no, Shafir.
Shafir, yeah. Marina Shafir.
So, but yeah, they hit the shit out of each other, but that was about it. I mean, there wasn't anything fantastic about the match.
No, you could have left it off the card altogether, and you wouldn't have never known.
Neither one of them looked any better.
Would you have been more interested in? I mean, the crowd may have been. Actually, the crowd probably would have definitely been more interested in like Jade Cargill versus Statlander.
Maybe the crowd loves Statlander.
Maybe. True. That shit, they love Cargill. She's supposed to be a heel.
The TBS belt seems like it is much more important than the women's belt. I mean, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Thunder Rosa's only defended it 3 times.
Thunder's getting she's getting the shaft on this run.
Yeah. She's defended it 3 times.
It reminds me, and it as much as I shit on Adam Page, it reminds me of his world title run. He had the belt. Yeah, he defended it a handful of times, but dude was almost never on TV.
Yeah.
There'd be weeks where he wouldn't show up.
Right.
Or he'd cut a small promo and then leave. That's exactly what her run feels like so far.
And honestly, I don't think she's great on the mic.
None of her opponents have looked great either. I wasn't impressed.
They
really need more stars in that division.
They need some of these. They need a lot of these women to progress. It's just
you got to give them the time.
I mean, that's the issue is you don't have a lot. Thunder Rosa has the experience. She does have some good matches. I'm not impressed with her on the mic at all. Which when you're holding the belt,
but again, I don't know if that's so much. If that's not a language barrier, but an accent thing, she just can't,
maybe.
emote
I
very
think
well.
I would prefer a Thunder Rosa heel, but they have so many heels
Maybe
right now.
maybe that's what it is.
I mean, they got some women on the come up. They got Statlander back, and they got Tony Storm. She can be a face. I think Thunder Rosa needs to come in and just start being a bitch. Just
Like,
stop trying to get good with the fans.
I'm being disrespected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Bring up how, everybody's been down on her and not clapping for her matches, and she should be the one getting recognized around here. Britt Baker's still on the promos and the commercials and everything. Like,
I think that's their biggest detriment because they only allot so much time to the women, and it's a very small amount of time. And one of those slots every week is dedicated to Britt,
right?
And it's usually not for a small amount of time.
No, well, and
which
relative
is fine.
to
Like
what
I
they
get it.
usually
Like she's
get. No, it's like
yeah, and I get it. Like she's your star player in the division, but like you said, you need to give somebody else that spot for a little while. You don't have to be on TV every week or have a promo segment every week.
Right. But yeah, I mean,
and that's no knock on Britt because I love her work, but yeah,
I think if they kept the belt on her, I think that would be great. Right now is a withholding belt heel turn.
yeah.
Just like start coming out and being like, you know what? Screw all of you. If you're not going to cheer for my matches, I'm the shit. Like, this is my belt. I'm Mierda de Mierda, whatever. Whatever
so Thunder wins. Thunder wins, and 2 stars.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's official.
It's official.
I agree.
Ignore the fact that I forgot to give star ratings to the last 3 matches. This is a work in progress.
We can give that All Atlantic one 4.5.
That would be your 4.5. Yeah,
There you go.
Half stars count. 4.5. I'm good with 4.5.
The table was much.
What
so
else?
hang
on. We got now. I got to retroactively go back. What did I miss? Dudes with attitude, and that's a 5-star match to me. Sorry, that's 5 out of 5.
Give that 5 laughing men.
Oh, that'd be good.
Five mics.
There you
go. So that was 5. What was the other one?
Repugnant Vice.
Oh, FTR. The tag match. Yeah.
Hell, that was a 4.5 star match at least.
4. That was 4.5. All right, now we can go back.
Fuck, I can't stop yawning. Well,
okay.
And there's this
you're gonna wake up for this one.
7-star match: Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy
for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship.
Yep.
Say that 7 times fast.
We all know this
Pockets
was the
did
match
some
that
shit.
I don't know about.
Pockets did do some shit, but before Pockets, they trotted Jim Ross out.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't realize until like midway through the show that he was not on commentary.
Right. I feel like he was the one that was the most outspoken about Orange Cassidy early on. And not
this is his punishment.
And this is Tony getting the receipt.
This is his punishment.
Tony was like,
you're not with OC. Guess what? You're gonna commentate every match he's got.
JR,
from here on out.
I don't like that you told the media that you didn't understand Orange Cassidy and you buried him. So from now on, here's your script.
You're about to understand Orange Cassidy.
See, that was the Pac match. And I think he got Orange then. Man, fucking God, this match was, I don't know. What was your thoughts?
Phenomenal,
Rodney.
Ospreay looked. I mean, Orange Cassidy. Like I said, I don't have a problem with him. He's great. What he can do when he shows it's on par with just about everybody in the company.
That's the gimmick, though.
It's my only issue has ever been with Orange Cassidy is just, and one of the topics I've been wanting to discuss is it's just how tough do you make that gimmick and how far do you push it? Do you push it as a main event AEW title type thing and keep putting him up against the best in the world, as far arguably in Ospreay, like, or do you actually give them like your best talent? But I mean, y'all keep telling me, and I mean, I've seen him perform, but outside of the gimmick, like, I've never felt like he is that. I mean, inside the gimmick, I feel like he's not that type of person. But I know if he dropped that gimmick and got serious, he would be in the title picture week in and week out.
I think it. I mean, the guy's super talented, and I don't want to sound terrible, but the biggest detriment to his character and his work in the ring is the fact that every single one of his opponents have to kind of dumb themselves down to fit the gimmick.
They have to make themselves look like the clumsy idiot.
Yeah, like no matter, it doesn't matter who it is. You kind of have to dumb yourself down to make the gimmick work. And I think that to me is kind of like one of the detriments to the gimmick itself. Like you can't just have, anybody who would be like a killer just not fall for the shtick.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of obligatory. You have to go with it or else it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's where I think that's the only thing holding him back. But I mean, I agree that as far as popularity and just being able to do the things that he can do, he's main event.
Yeah.
Or at least, at the very least, upper mid card.
He brings in the younger crowd too, like kids. He keeps like there's not a lot on AEW compared to WWE that is like kid friendly or kid attractive. Like, like look at Pac. Like how many 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds are gonna look at Pac and be like, "Oh, he's so cool." Like, no, they're gonna they're looking for Luchasaurus. They're looking at Orange Cassidy.
Poor Pac.
Like,
that
they're
bastard.
not, like, oh man, I love Camarado. Ooh.
Well,
but yeah,
let me cheer for that QT Marshall guy.
Yeah,
nice.
So I think that gimmick also it does attract that crowd too. But when he first started, like AEW, we're talking when AEW kicked off. I wanted his gimmick to be so bad, like him almost never taking a hit. Like I wanted him to just beat everybody on some bullshit pretty quick, never like ever take a hit or a pin, and just straight up make him the most strongest, powerful fucking whatever you want to call it in the company. And maybe not give him the belt.
Pizza rolls are done.
And he's back. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, I thought that would have been really good for it, is to just go all out with the gimmick. Like, and they still kind of do it, but man, this is an Ospreay match. He got his ass beat like a lot.
I mean, he always gets his ass beat a lot.
Right. But like,
again, that's also part of the gimmick.
But like, I hate seeing him lose, because it's like, I don't know where they are on the power scale with the gimmick. Like, he's this super elusive, super cool guy who just like you can't touch, but like he loses all the time.
I mean,
not
he
all the
doesn't lose
time.
all the time.
Not all the time. But against the big people, he's not really like a serious belt contender, or hasn't been.
I mean, he's got 2 out of 3 over Jericho.
I just don't know where to place him. Right? Yeah, I know he's got a bunch. He
won that.
Adam
he
Cole.
won that orange juice match, whatever the fuck that was.
The mimosa match.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. Thank you.
With a little bit of the bubbly. And he had the match where he hugged Adam Cole and jumped off the scaffold with him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, my only thing is just like I just don't know. I love the gimmick and everything. It's just it's just on the power scale ranking. I just don't know where I want it to fit because
All I know is that Ospreay was the perfect straight man for this whole thing.
Ospreay, yeah,
Because he's
great.
so super serious.
Yeah,
But he was the perfect foil to have like what ended up being a pretty long match and ended up being a really entertaining match.
Really long. They had so many 2 counts.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So many. They probably tried to pin each other 30 times.
Dude, that fucking spinning backbreaker that he did was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was the first time I'd ever seen somebody do that.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's pretty badass. They need to do that. They need to do this more often. Like, fuck the tilt-a-whirl. Like, you need to. You're spinning.
They had their ode to the Puma Ospreay match years back.
Yeah.
He did his little flip. Ospreay did his flip and his Superman thing where he punched the ground.
Superman pose.
And then
fucking
he ends up going out of the ring. And Orange Cassidy bounces off the ropes and kind of like half-assed, but without the flipping and stuff, just kind of turns into the move and lowers himself.
He takes the kneel.
It's so good. The Ospreay gave the best faces in this match.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was the perfect foil for all the just for all the orange shtick.
That's what I said last week. I'll give it credit for this. Is it's Ospreay or Omega? I think are 2 guys that Orange Cassidy would gel the best with, because that's like the over wrestling is kind of like what they do. Like they love adding that acting aspect to it, and Ospreay was perfect.
That's your perfect guy,
right? And then Ospreay's big enough where Homeboy can, Orange Cassidy can jump and do his jump kicks off of him like really hard and everything. It just made it look really, really good. It was a good pairing.
I think he did like a head scissors on Ospreay, and he did was rolled around on his shoulders like twice before actually committing to the move. Like Jesus Christ!
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. As
it was good.
Big as
you talking about when he spun on him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. It's like I can't understand being fucking doing that. Just being able to do that. Like what the fuck? It's just sitting there like on his shoulders. I don't know. Like fucking spinning.
Yeah. Hanging out.
Just spinning and then fucking boom.
Yeah, that happened so fast. That was like, what just happened?
And that's some of my favorite things about Orange Cassidy are those counters that are into the like fucking the cutter that he's got, or I don't know, Stun Dog Billionaire or whatever the shit it's called. I like the way that he
that was actually a good
those
one.
Counters, man.
He hit it good in this match. He hit the Stun Dog real good. Or really well.
He hit Ospreay with a face in the turnbuckle at one point. He just grabbed his head, banged him in the turnbuckle. He tried to swing, he ducked, grabbed his head, banged him in the turnbuckle, and then went to do it again, and Ospreay fought off, tried to give him a big clothesline, and he just ducked his head and then grabbed him again. Turnbuckle. It was just the crowd just went crazy for that last one, because it was they thought it was done and Ospreay was finally going to get his lick in, and nope, duck. Turnbuckle. Nope. It was so good. Yeah, it was a good match.
And throughout this match, I was like, okay, well, this is when he gets pinned. No. This is still another 5 minutes to this match. Holy shit!
So many false finishes.
That was nuts.
And there were quite a few ref botches on counts in this pay-per-view. It felt like it was the whole fucking night. Obviously pulled it before the count, fucking counted to 3, but actually counted to 2.
Was that this match, or was that because Was that this match?
I think this match had one because I
It
remember
had
the
to.
crowd like very
I
audibly
think the one
booing.
you just described. I think that was against. I think that was in the tag match, the 3-way tag match. Yeah,
Yeah,
because Rocky.
because
Yeah,
Roppongi.
Romero had somebody
Yeah, Rocky
had
Romero
cash penned, and
had cash for 3, but it was actually
yeah,
2
people would say like I don't know.
somehow.
Somebody was suggesting like it was the ref's hand hitting the mat as he was going down to make the count. Like the fuck,
That's
I
always the
fucking heard it,
excuse.
man. Like it sounded like he just I don't know. I felt
At
like I could
at
hear it.
one
And it was like
I mean that's usually the reasoning
yeah.
behind it, but no, like that was very
But then
obviously like
Right.
you counted the 3
yeah,
and you weren't fucking
but then
supposed
the
to.
crowd was like those 3. I saw people just
Yeah,
raise up
Chicago
a
will let you
3 in
know.
the fucking crowd. It was like yeah, it's
Fucking legitimately pissed.
at one point, JR was like, "I don't know what the ref was counting. That was 3 in my head."
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and call it out. Call out the botch. Yeah, sure.
Right.
all right.
JR.
Why
FTR
not?
wins. Oh, forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah, just as you're announcing him, here's your coming down to the ring, the eventual winners of the match.
Huh? After so Wesley, what would you say? How many stars is that?
Wait.
That would be
While we're on JR,
oh,
before we rate it and end it, JR. JR, we're talking about JR and Orange Cassidy, how we didn't like him at first and all. JR comes out and says,
Yep.
Or after he counters a move off of Ospreay, he goes, Orange Cassidy is just so experienced. He's so mature.
He did say that.
Man.
Those were his exact words.
JR, like, I can see him, like, hitting mute on his mic right after that, like, oh, God, I had to say that.
I feel like that's just JR just reaching though, because he fucking times he just doesn't know what to say.
Oh, he calls.
He doesn't,
yeah,
and he reaches a
Yeah.
lot.
right. Yeah, he.
Will Ospreay is one of his favorite wrestlers of all time.
Oh, and then we get Shibata showed up in this.
Yes.
After the match, yeah, Katsuyori Shibata, who I have
yeah.
no idea who
No
he
idea.
was.
He
Not a
now
clue.
he looked really good. The first thing my father-in-law says is he looks like he's like a Bruce Lee. He even comes in and does the nose rub.
Yeah.
And
looks like he definitely looks like he could murder
he
a guy.
looks the part. He looks like he could be a serious guy in the ring. Now, granted, it ends with Orange Cassidy putting the sunglasses on him.
And then him calling Orange Cassidy back into the ring, like, come here, I'm trying to put you over or some shit like that. Just no.
Fucking, they just
be
kept walking. No. All right, I'm
right.
All right, bye.
JR even sells that guy a bit. He comes out and he lets everybody know. No, this guy Shibata, he's a beast. I'm like, does JR even know who this guy is?
No.
And that's why Kevin Kelly was there.
That's why Kevin Kelly was there to provide the insight.
I just felt like JR was out of place in that and on this pay-per-view.
As boring as his commentary is, he's there for the insight.
Right. But yep, as far as the match goes, Wes, what do you think that match was?
6 3/4 stars.
There you go.
Out of 5.
Okay, so broke the scale already. There we go.
Broke the scale.
6 3/4 oranges.
Orange Cassidy broke the.
So clearly, our rankings mean nothing.
There are no rules. We haven't established any bylaws for this.
Hey, there you go. Well,
it's a work in progress.
Well, we can only go up from here. We got the singles match with Zack Sabre Jr. and Bryan Daniels. Oh, damn it. Bryan Danielson.
We almost had it. Almost had it.
Danielson's replacement. Claudio Castagnoli.
There you go.
Castagnoli. I probably said that all jacked up.
Close enough.
It should be
Formerly
Consigliere because I can say that better. So yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Claudio Castagnoli. There we go. Got it.
Castagnoli. Dude, the fucking roof blew off that building.
Right.
Man, I always forget how big that dude is. How big Claudio. Yeah.
Cesaro? I'm sorry, Claudio.
Yes.
This is gonna be my Bryan Danielson. It's gonna take me a while.
He's very close to Sheamus. Like, he's a big guy.
He's a
not
big
much
dude.
ring rust on him. I know he's been away for a good long while.
He's been away.
At least 6 years.
He hasn't wrestled since Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Right.
He hasn't wrestled since 2007. 8.
No,
clearly he made a terrible mistake, and he's been in prison for quite some time.
So yeah, right away. I mean, it looks like they were comparing elbows. Who's got the better uppercut? And I think
nobody has a better uppercut than he does.
He looks like he's about to rip your head off.
Dude's got a serious fucking European uppercut. It's amazing.
He threw him like super kicks. It was just over and over again.
Oh yeah.
My only issue with the match is I felt like it just went a little long. Yeah, he got all his moves in. He got his pop. Like, I felt like he should have kicked Zack Sabre's ass and then threw him in the whirlwind.
If you're looking at the two of them if you're looking at the two of them next to each other,
I know for the sake of the pay-per-view, you don't necessarily want that because it probably wasn't supposed to be a squash because him and Bryan were probably supposed to have a really good match.
Oh, they were supposed to have. I'm sure they were going to have like match of the night.
So they had to let him get all his moves in and win and beat his ass some, but they couldn't make it a squash match. It would have been a little.
He
unfair.
got his greatest hits in. He got the uppercuts. He got a 5 swing out of it. He got to show off his power by picking Sabre up and then walking him up the ring steps and then dumping him into the ring, one-handed, basically.
Ass man.
Just walked around carrying him.
Dude, he's freaky fucking strong.
It's like
I
can carry Roman like that, but he's like 25 pounds.
Yeah, add like another, at least 130 pounds to that, and let me know how that works out.
Jesus, man.
Effortless.
Walking around carrying him like I used to when my kid was a baby. She used to sleep like over my arm with her face in my palm.
Yeah.
He was just like walking around with her, just walking around with him just like as an accessory.
Yeah.
And got a "This is wrestling" chant during this match because that's exactly what they did, wrestle.
Right. That was good.
The win was the finish was a little anticlimactic. It was just like power bomb.
Yeah.
Pin.
I felt like the excitement of him being back and everything kind of faded as the match went, and I just felt like it did go a little long because it was awkward. Like I said,
it was more competitive. They made it more competitive than you would have thought it would have been.
I think it just made it awkward because it was like an introduction of a big name that they probably wanted to wait for Dynamite to do. But because of the, Bryan, I don't want to say it, him, because he couldn't wrestle and they needed to fill that in. I think they kind of just went for probably a less climactic introduction to make sure they had a good long match. So I don't know. That's what kind of made me mixed about it. Thinking about that, I'll accept that it went long.
And in the long run, I think it works out that Bryan Danielson had to kind of bow out because they're already talking about wanting to do a Forbidden Door 2.
Right.
and the gimmick on that, this if they do it or when they do it, is that they want to do it in Japan. So finally getting Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Getting that match together in Japan probably is the better setting for what they would be planning on doing as far as being a technical match.
Right.
So that'd be, something that I would be looking forward to. And I hope they do it, and I hope they do it, not 3 years from now.
No. So I don't know if I sent y'all the Tony Khan's tweet and in Messenger, but he had, let me pull it up real quick. So he said they made over $1 million in ticket sales at the venue, and then over $5 million in pay-per-view sales. So they're definitely going to be doing another show. I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean they did
yeah.
gangbusters.
I mean, all their pay-per-view buys keep going up and up and up.
There were a lot of people who bought also a lot of tickets in the upper stands, and I guess they couldn't get people to buy them. They just kind of had to eat those. They had people on Facebook were posting pictures all the way up until like a couple hours before the show, like seat 400 or something, like at the very top, like $3.
Wow.
It was like a whole bunch of them were like marked down to $3 to $10
Fucking
because
scalpers.
it was all upper level, and
Yep.
everybody, like, I guess they must have had some people just buy a whole bunch of them and throw them back up on StubHub and shit. But yeah,
That's exactly what
$3. I was like, man, too bad it's in Chicago.
Fuck. I know, right?
But
yeah,
then,
but
then I saw
like,
I saw
me
the upper
in.
level from the camera views, and I was like, God damn, that's high. You're not gonna be able to see nothing.
And not really knowing or really not being all that too familiar with New Japan, it was like commentary had to help me out here.
Right. I wouldn't have known what was going on live.
Yeah.
I barely knew. A lot of these guys, I only know them by name or like a couple of clips I've seen somewhere, like flipping through and all. But yeah, a lot of these guys, this was my first time actually watching like a whole match with them.
Right.
So yeah, I needed that commentary. Maybe not JR's, but yeah, the rest of them.
Kevin Kelly was a smart. Bringing Kevin Kelly with him was a smart.
I
move,
needed
definitely.
that big Excalibur brain too. That dude knows every move in the world.
Oh
He'll
yeah.
tell you what it is. And he'll say it like as fast as you need it.
Yep. You need 2 entire cards, red, another 30 seconds. I got you, man.
2. I think he ran 3 at one point. Like he ran a Dynamite card, freaking Rampage card, and the Forbidden Door card.
Like an auctioneer.
Hey man, that's why he's the Wrestling Observer's Announcer of the Year.
Right.
Yeah, so I give Zack Sabre Jr. and Claudio Castagnoli 3.5 cannolis.
Nice.
Out of 4.
Out of 4. This scale is everywhere.
Leave the gun.
It's a work
Leave
in
the
progress.
gun. Grab the cannolis.
What's higher, cannolis or eclairs?
Oh.
Eclair, because I've
question.
never had a cannoli.
Okay, so
You're missing out.
So they're more exclusive. So we need to. Those are going to be out of 3 stars when we get there.
3 eclairs out of 3. Yes.
Nice.
So let's before we run off the rails with our grading system. So what do we have next? We got the 4-way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship Fatal 4-Way match between Switchblade Jay White, Adam Cole, Bebe, Adam Page, and Okada. Rocky, the floor is yours. Jay White. The floor is yours.
The catalyst of professional wrestling won. What? It's Jay White. Yeah, I mean, as we discussed earlier, they didn't even lock up, and that nobody touched at all. Everybody was standing in their own corner of the ring, and the crowd was going absolutely insane. Before anything happened, Okada started pumping them up.
And then you got
Jay White started pumping them up, and Jay White leaves the ring.
And then, like the little puppy dog that he is, fucking Adam Cole looks around and he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that too."
And see,
and fucking takes a powder.
See, I've kind of liked this role. I've liked this role for fucking Adam Cole versus what we were
like
getting before that.
Fucking lackey.
Yeah. I was down with Adam Cole in this match.
He is, yeah. He's the Sami Zayn. He's the Sami Zayn. He's the honorary Uce.
Yeah,
it was so good.
It was good shit. And this
match was all over the place.
And
I still feel like Okada got the shaft in
this
this
match.
They
beat the shit out of Okada.
He did in his. He got the shaft in this match like he got the shaft when he was going 1-on-1 with Jay White.
Okada screwed Okada. That motherfucker should have been better. It's not the Rainmaker era. That's not what this is.
Rainmaker.
Okada definitely was
Okada.
He was definitely the punching bag thrown into.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like the Japanese announcer got like stupid fucking loud. Like him and Justin Roberts were having a freaking announce off.
He paced himself early on in the show.
Yeah, and you got to these last few matches, and he was like,
he was saving himself
loud
for the main event because he knows how hard fucking John Roberts goes on John Moxley.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I just remember this match just fucking kicked a bunch of shit.
It was a damn good match. You got to fight forever, chant.
Yeah.
Which that in of itself tells you everything you need to know.
Except at this point, we had the in-laws over. They were waiting. They wanted to watch the whole show since I paid for it. They were like, right. We started hearing "Fight Forever," and I was like, "But actually, we still have the main event. So like, fight a little." so it was like, fight a little longer, like, but not too much.
It's over 3 hours.
And if you've been watching since the pre-show at this point, you're 4 hours.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I did. I watched from the beginning.
Yeah, but the Ass Boys was
4
like
hours in.
The Ass Boys is like a palate cleanser, so you just gotta let that rush over you, and you're good for the show.
True. Let's see what else. Oh, Paige ate a super kick out of a moonsault.
Yes.
Like, it seems to be again like obligatory to do every time they face off. That's a must.
Well, that's my favorite Adam Cole spot. I seen him do it to Ricochet. That was fucking awesome. Every time I've seen him do it, it's just been amazing each time.
Dude hits it right on the money every time.
I forgot it might have been him. He it was probably because of Hardy though. Jeff did one and he jumped down and did it, but he was like turned the opposite direction, so he just like super kicked him in the leg, like on the way down.
Yeah, it sounds like a Hardy. That sounds like a Hardy.
Hardy had to sell it, like falling off the.
It's definitely not Adam Cole's
It's like he
fault.
didn't get the full rotation to like catch it in his fucking head. But yeah, usually Cole hits it.
Yeah, so I don't really know what else to say about the match other than it was fantastic.
That it may have ended early because of a possible.
Ended early.
My bad. Ended early because of a possible injury to Adam Cole.
Yeah, because I was like, it was definitely super awkward. I'm going, no, he definitely was supposed to take that is it the Rainmaker?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Or the
the
Buckshot?
Rainmaker.
No, it was the Rainmaker. Yeah, he was definitely supposed to take it, and he didn't.
Just fell.
Like it's like he forgot, or he ducked and he just collapsed
Yeah.
after that. And then Jay White had to like hurry up and improvise.
But I think he came in, did a Blade Runner to Okada, and ran over there and pinned him.
Yeah, and pinned Cole. And Cole looked like he was supposed, like he wanted to kick out, or he was supposed to kick out, and he just didn't. It was, I don't know. The whole thing was just really awkward in that last like 15 seconds.
Yeah, the Bucks came out to help their boy.
Yeah, because I'm pretty, the doctors were out. Like he was legitimately hurt.
Yeah.
Like you knew something. You knew something was up. That wasn't like anything.
They
other
kept
than...
the doctor that helped out MJF in the back.
Hey, put this
no
Yeah.
oxygen for Adam Cole.
Put this mask over your eyes.
Yeah, it goes directly to the brain.
It absorbs through the eye sockets.
Here, have some.
It's fine.
Have
Yeah.
some Gatorade. It's what plants crave.
All right, a little
Some
detail
electrolytes.
to the end of the match is, or at least to the post match. Bucks went to go check on Adam Page, but Kyle O'Reilly kind of stepped in front of them to kind of focus on Cole. So that's a little detail. I think I saw a little video of it on Squared Circle. So yeah, them with the fucking
Keep that
elite
rolling
with their long-term storytelling.
Right.
That's right. Long-term storytelling.
A grudge match in 3 years based off of Kyle O'Reilly giving him a dirty look, helping Adam Cole.
Give him a side eye.
Like, you remember that time?
Gave him the side eye that one time.
Forbidden Door. They'll come back to it at.
I hate you.
They'll come back to it at Forbidden Door 6.
I hate you.
But yeah, we get our Jay White win. Our great heel is still the champion and continues to be a great heel.
And again, ignores Kyle O'Reilly and the Young Bucks as he's walking up the ramp.
Talking shit.
God, man, he's
You're
so
no longer
good.
real Bullet Club anymore. They're all not worthy anymore.
Nah, fuck him.
It's a new
That's what I
regime now.
say.
It's a new
That's
regime. Let him join. Let him join United Empire.
Or chaos. They can have chaos. They need help. They got the best friends. They need help. So
we need Bullet Club versus the JAS. We need a war.
There you go,
dude.
Could
Can
happen.
you imagine?
Could happen.
It'd be like West Side Story, except it's the JAS and the Bullet Club.
And like one of the matches to the build is a singles match between Jay White and Matt Menard. And you get a Matt Menard promo before fucking that. Just let him main event. Actually, let him main event Rampage. That way he can get his little promo that with Mark Henry.
Well, guys, I guess
Jay White.
it's time.
You want a taste? I want a taste. I want a taste of that championship. I want a taste of the catalyst.
The time for talking is over.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't do my eyes crazy enough. I don't have it.
He's paid the most per word in the company. Per word, he gets paid the most in that company.
I believe it. I believe
it. He gets paid like $1,000 a word.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Well, after that we've got
the
interim AE World title match. Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Fucking Moxley found a way to bleed in this one.
Dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? You ate a sling blade and then rolled out of the ring, and all of a sudden you're fucking bleeding? What?
I saw that he was bleeding and immediately thought of Rodney. I was like, he's this is good. Yeah. I was like that, yeah. This didn't
Oh my god.
this didn't
I didn't have any I had no complaints on this match whatsoever. I think it was exactly what I figured it was going to be. It was just going to be kind of a slow, kind of plodding, chugging along kind of match, because it's clear that, Tanahashi can't move around very well.
Right.
And Moxley is definitely out of his element. And in a straight up wrestling match. Not saying that he's bad at it, but that's just not his thing. Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
Another
I don't understand.
beat up New Japan guy.
I don't understand the blade. I don't understand the blade.
Yeah, that was
don't
out
get
of place.
It. Made no
Completely
sense.
Out of place.
Totally fucking out of place.
Okay.
It would have been more believable if Tanahashi would have reversed him when he got and put Moxley through the table, and even though he went back first, his forehead started bleeding.
Yeah, even my in-laws who were over, they were watching it. They're not big into wrestling, never have been. They were watching it and just going, "Why did he do that?" Like, completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, well, here's the thing. Like, I would have been totally okay with it. Like, I get it. You want color in every match you're in. That's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it, but at least make it make sense.
And he bleeds so much.
Like,
he bled so much.
Take a, get your head bashed on the ring post, or fucking, take a random chair shot for no reason. Like, don't take a fucking sling blade of all things.
He's bled like 3 of his past 4 matches, or 4 of his past 5. Like,
he's bled on almost every one
since Double or Nothing, or the match before Double or Nothing. He's been bleeding like constantly. It's just, come on.
Yeah, but that's the
it's becoming Cody.
Biggest detriment. Well, yeah,
Cody's got to bleed every match.
Somebody's got to pick up the slack, right?
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I wasn't.
I like that they had the mention on commentary that New Japan has a 20 count instead of a 10 count. I was worried that Tanahashi might forget that and accidentally get counted out.
They had when
I feel like that's why the doctor bent over after the table spot to tell him, hey dude, you only have 10 seconds to get back in the ring,
right?
So just a quick reminder.
When he was yelling at what I'm guessing is, because it's the running joke in WWE, is was that the Spanish announcers table? It went destroyed.
It.
WWE, it's always the Spanish announcer table on the pay-per-views. When Moxley,
or at the very least a timekeeper
when Moxley was running over there, he screamed at him. It was another part where it got quiet for a second, and he screamed "Get the fuck!" He's yelling at everybody to move and started slapping their shit off. And it's how rude.
So, yeah, I mean, the match was what it was. I mean, Mox picks up the win and becomes your interim champ, which I still think is totally the wrong decision.
Same.
But I guess if you're not going to keep Tanahashi on this side of the ocean, there really was no other choice.
It just feels like from just the beginning, when they announced the interim thing, it was and they announced that, oh, you're going to face Mox. It's you knew from there, just put it on Mox. Don't even, you're going to give me all this, and we all know you're just trying to put it on Mox. So it was I was pulling for him to put it on somebody else. I don't think it was the right way to put it on Mox, because then you're going to have him lose to CM Punk. And I don't know if I was ready for.
And then the other
Punk
thing that kind of sucks. And the other thing that kind of sucks is like you kept putting Tanahashi over as like he's at one point. I think it was during. I don't know if it was when they were hyping up the show for Dynamite on Dynamite, or it was on one of the promo packages. I think it was Excalibur said that he's the Japanese Bret Hart.
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay, like you just took this guy who is arguably New Japan's biggest star ever, is super respected around the world, and you put him in a match that was totally out of his wheelhouse, or at least, in the way that Mox wrestles, totally out of his wheelhouse. And then, you beat him clean. And then this segment happens afterwards with this fucking brawl. And he gets beat down and he's laying on the apron for like 10 minutes after while this fucking brawl's going.
It's gotta sell your next
And
show,
it's like,
man.
you just
Promote.
Dude, I don't.
Promoting is an
I don't
endless
know,
job.
man. It's like
I said,
I'm very disappointed in
Yeah,
the way
that
that
was
they
shit.
handled.
I said last
Tanahashi.
week.
That the way they handled him was bad.
I said last week, as outside of Moxley and all his words being like praising Tanahashi or whatever, that I felt the whole segment, because of everything they did in it, buried Tanahashi. And then they turn around and do this, and they bury him even further, because now you're just you're just covering up this match that he had in the main event. Like, you sold tickets to see his name, and now we get the Jericho appreciation, or whoever the fuck else came out. I lost track.
And again, from a storyline perspective, again, unless not that it's gonna, I guess it really wouldn't matter anyway. But from a storyline perspective, you put the belt on Tanahashi. Your originally scheduled fucking match was CM Punk against Tanahashi. Like, that was your match.
Right. You have the replacement.
So from a story perspective, it makes perfect fucking sense to put the interim belt on him, because you're guaranteed to still get the match when Punk comes back from injury. And for as much as I like both of them, I don't want to see Mox versus CM Punk. I just don't.
Unless they
whatever reason, that's not a match that appeals to me.
Unless they have MJF take it off him.
I guess.
But I agree. The way they should have did that there was, see, now if you're still going to end up getting CM Punk versus Tanahashi, now you have both these major pay-per-views that are supposed to support both companies, and you had Tanahashi lose both of them. So now you got to bury him even further, because you have to make him lose to Punk. They definitely should have let Mox take this L.
He doesn't need the belt. He's doing his own thing with the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what is he actually going to defend the fuck? Is he going to defend this belt?
Yeah.
Or is he just going to carry it around for 6 months?
He better fucking defend
long
it.
Punk is out. Okay, so you defend it. What's the fucking point in defending it? Doesn't mean anything.
I guess now they're going to run the 3 guys for Blackpool are now going to be Danielson, Yuta, and Claudio. But
no, you'll still have Mox. I mean, Mox will still be in it.
But I mean, they're going to have him do his singles belt stuff. Unless they just don't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where do you go from here?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I would guess you have to. I mean, you have to make a heel take it off of him, but.
I mean, maybe that's where MJF comes in.
Yes, we just don't know what's going on with MJF.
Yeah, he's been quiet.
So yeah,
I guess that would be it. I guess. I don't know. Either way, it was an okay match.
I wait till we hear MJF talking to Moxley about his drinking problems. And I think it would be great, a feud with them, and then have MJF show up on oral sessions on YouTube.
Yeah, with Renee.
Oh, Renee.
And give Renee the same kind of interview he gives to everybody else, and like taking shots at Mox, like while talking to her, like, "Oh, how does it feel to be married to an alcoholic?" like, just. I think that would be great if they get into a feud. That would be a great
Fucking
place for him to throw up an interview.
MJF forever
Yeah.
kayfabe.
Right.
Dude, yeah.
Right.
Then, now, forever.
Kayfabe. Oh man.
Yeah, it just works. It's great.
So ultimately Mox wins. He's your interim champ until God knows when.
Until further notice.
I give this match 2 pints of blood
Jesus.
out of 8.
Two razors. 2 whole razors.
No, that's the previous match. That one gets 1 Swiss Army knife.
So when is Mox going to realize like the black mist is just, part of Malachi, and he brought it into the ring with him, so it works. When does Moxley start to start cutting people with razors? Because he's already got it in his wristband.
I don't know.
They break fourth wall and just like rip out the fucking razor blades.
Just start hacking at each other.
Man, yeah. The only thing I haven't seen Moxley do yet is take a fluorescent light bulb to the back. It's only a matter of time. That guy, he loves those.
Not on AEW to programming, no.
You have to watch GCW for that.
Right.
GCW or CZ or his old CZW days.
Man, he loves that shit, and I don't get it. At least he didn't drink any blood.
At least.
Yeah. No Hep C sightings this pay-per-view.
Now, did Jericho take a lick? No, I don't think he did. During the beatdown?
I can't remember anybody else bleeding or anything in this.
I know he grabbed some of it and he like ran it across his chest or he ran it across his face or something, but
I feel
he might have taken a big
he
old.
ended up looking like fucking Matt Menard after like he got cut open and Eddie was like fucking stretching him out, like bleed more. I feel like he got. I was like, dude, you're in this match. It's like, why are you bleeding already? I was sitting here watching it with Jennifer. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, no. It's like, yeah, of course he's bleeding. Of course he is.
Yeah.
So, overall grade for AEW x New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door.
10 elites.
10 elites.
Rodney?
What's the scale? What's the scale?
The scale is what you make of it.
Oh, man.
And that's,
I don't know.
10 elites out of 11.75.
I'm going to go with, I'll give it 4 orange blossoms out of 5.
There you go. The highest form of rating a professional wrestling match.
It was overall. It was a little overly a lot going on, but overall, I mean, they didn't do anything too crazy. They didn't get too cute. They had a lot of good matches, so it was only like maybe 1 or 2 matches that really brought the show down. The rest of them were all really good.
Most of them were bangers. The women's match was the only one that was by far the worst of the night. Unfortunately for them, I would think to me probably the next weakest one was the interim championship match. Everything above that was like great to amazing. It was a lot of fun.
Is this better than Double or Nothing?
That's great because this build was so weird. I didn't know what to expect out of the show.
That was the same with me.
They did a really good job building, and they did a hell of a fucking job covering up for all the injuries and like making like really quick substitutions and finding like new opponents and new people to throw in there last minute.
Which just gives room for the second one to be that much better because now, hopefully we will be getting those people back.
Yeah.
Hell
But would you say, how do you compare this one to Double or Nothing? Think this one better than Double or Nothing was?
Ooh, that's rough.
My problem with Double or Nothing, I just felt like it was pretty long.
I think overall, yeah, I think if I'm comparing the two, I think I probably like this one better. But I was anticipating this one for a while. Like I was really looking forward to it, just because it was something so different with the crossover.
I thought build up was better for Double or Nothing, but the show for this one was executed well.
Yeah, and I barely remember. My memory is such shit that I barely remember Double or Nothing. I remember being really excited that CM Punk was the champion, and then being really disappointed within a week later that he was fucking injured, and
right.
That's what I remember. But
because right after it, you had right after the show, you had the MJF stuff. You had CM Punk break his foot. A lot happened. But yeah, that was that pay-per-view. Cargill versus Anna Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a weird fucking month June was.
So,
right.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
They had 3 pay-per-views in the past fucking month, huh?
Yeah. They got one again this weekend, huh? Is that Money in the Bank this weekend?
Money in the Bank.
It never stops. It just keeps going.
Which, for better or for worse, I know I'll be watching.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I can't look away.
No, it's the car crash. You just don't have a choice.
Well, on that note, does anybody have anything else they'd like to share?
No, I think that covers the
overall
weekend.
Very impressed with what Tony Khan was able to pull off. So I look forward to the fallout of all of this and what continues on from that. Like, and I hope they announce something on a part 2 sooner rather than later.
I want I want more Bullet Club involvement going forward.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that Bullet Club for the most part is pretty much exclusively on Impact. They need the bigger stage
for sure.
Yeah, they so what do we have to look forward to next? All In?
Blood and Guts.
Is that the one?
Blood and Guts isn't a
yeah, I think All Out is next in August. Man,
that one's supposed to be their big one, right?
It's I don't know. I'd say it's either that one or Double or Nothing.
I can't remember which one's supposed to be bigger,
dude. I mean,
because the other one was All Out. Fuck. It felt like Mania.
Yeah, All Out last year. Punk had his first match and fucking had Danielson and fucking Cole debuted.
Him.
Yeah. I almost said fucking
Don't even
Brian.
you can't even
said Bryanson. Like, that's how fucked up this is. Anyway.
Brie Bella's husband.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Brie Bella's other half.
We're gonna come up with a way to say everything possible but his name.
Yeah.
Well, in his honor, Forbidden Door on my end gets 10 yes chants out of 10.
There you go.
That's my rating.
Call him the yes man.
Wrestlecast putting over Forbidden Door with 10 yes chants. There we go. All right, well, that's it for this week's episode.
It's a work in progress.
If you want to drop us a line or have a question for us, email us at laughingmangamecast@gmail.com. That's a long one. And put Wrestlecast in the subject. Hit us up on Twitter at LaughingManNet. Thank y'all for listening. See you next time.
See ya.
See ya.